All right, y'all. I actually just did a whole fucking reading. And I was really trying to play fucking Inspector Gadget in this bitch. And I just understood what it was saying. I just got it. I was trying to say like, oh, enter Queen of Swords in reverse. Who is that? It's you. It's you. You're the only one in your energy right now. You're the only one in your energy right now. Let's start over, shall we? We'll break this down real quick. Okay. There was a point in time where you trusted people, okay, and you thought that you could collab with them and be on a team with them and help them and befriend them and sort of bring them along with you on this journey, okay. They were awful. They were awful. They betrayed you in a severe way. They did. This is the shadow card, Five of Swords. Heavy, heavy manipulation, just heavy betrayal, and it's still sort of lingering in your energy. Everybody who you thought you could trust, you can't trust them. Everybody who you gave a one-up to or an opportunity to, they betrayed you. Everybody who you loved turned their back on you. Everybody who you tried to bring with you left you stranded. Everybody who you thought was somebody that you were bonded with proved not to be at all. Not only did they leave, they went out of their way to harm you. Malicious intent. You went through it, okay? It got so bad to the point where you literally were in your head and you had literally lost all hope. Okay, you didn't even see a way to continue forward because life got really dark for you. You were really in your head. You were stuck in trauma loops. You were depressed. You were numb. You were disassociated. You turned cold and bitter is what happened. Okay, you realized that you had to go on this journey by yourself. If you wanted to reach your emotional fulfillment, it just could only be you. Nobody else could come with you. Okay, the only thing that could come with you was your spirit team. Okay, they've been keeping an eye on you. They've been keeping an eye on you, but they understood that this was a journey that you had to go on by yourself. They understood that. Okay, they did hand you a blessing though. You are finally to the point where you have literally poured into yourself and perfected your craft. And you have really, really done the work, okay? You don't depend on anybody else anymore. You don't try to bring anybody else with you because you understand at the end of the day, this opportunity is just for you. Is it a lonely road? Absolutely. But it had to be done if you wanted to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. Seriously, if you wanted any form of positivity, any form of emotional fulfillment, okay, any sort of rewards for your efforts, okay, to get grounded and get stable and get centered, okay, and get financially set, you had to go on this journey alone. You just had to. When this Queen of Swords in reverse came in with this Two of Wands in reverse, I thought, oh shit, who is this entering this? Who is this? I had to delete that last whole reading. This is you, babe. This is you. All of this manipulation, all of this pain and agony that made you lose hope and put you in your head where these groups of people teamed up against you and everybody who you love turned their back on you and made you depressed and stabbed you in the back quite literally to the point where you had to go on this journey alone. It just made you not want to try to establish relationships anymore. It turned you cold and it turned you bitter. And it just has to be like that sometimes. I don't blame you. It has to be like that. I understand. Me too, sis. Me too. Okay. When you get to a point where you're so loving and you're trying to bring everybody with you on this journey because you're excited about the progress and you see the potential and you're really excited and passionate about something and you just know that you can help these people and you think that they love you the way that you love them, and no. It'll take that love away from you and it will just replace it with just detachment. Everybody wants to judge the Queen of Swords in reverse, but she's so misunderstood because how did she end up that way? You're not born a Queen of Swords reverse. You turn into that. That's from months and months, sometimes years of isolation. Okay? That's from months and months and years of getting knocked down and having to pick yourself back up. Getting abandoned and having to find your own way. Getting left out in the cold and having to get your own jacket. Okay? This is building people up for them to break you down. This is pouring into people for them to leave your cup empty. And this is not just a one-time thing. This is over and over and over and over again to the point where you had to escape literally your own mind. You had to escape your own heart. You became very detached. It still lingers. It still lingers. I think that you had things that were done so unfair to you for literally no reason other than people were just unfair. It really fucked with you. Okay? You couldn't really think logically. You really just quit giving people a chance. You became unfair at that point because you're already prejudging, like, I don't know who you are, but you're going to hurt me like they did. Let me go ahead and escape. Let sit swords right here. Look, let me go ahead and just get out of this situation because I cannot get knocked back down again. No way. Yeah. Nope. Not that you didn't want that. Not that you didn't want a connection. Okay? That's not it. But it got to a point where you just were carrying everything by yourself. Where's the love at? There's no love. There's no love. I don't have time for love because now everything that y'all took from me, I gotta go back and get it. I gotta go back and get it. I gotta go back and get my shit together because I can't be putting to people that don't pour into me. I gotta pour into myself. I have to juggle all the responsibilities by myself at this point. You know? It doesn't make a loving situation. It doesn't. When people take from you and take from you and take from you and you just get drained dry and get stabbed in the back over and over and over and over, you learn to not even trust your own intuition because everybody who you thought you could trust, you can't. And the people that your intuition told you don't trust them, you thought, no, I gotta try. I can't just not trust anybody. You still couldn't trust them either. You learn to not even listen to yourself. Spiritually, you were f***ed off. You had to make a decision. Am I gonna sit here in my heart? Am I gonna sit here and be sad? Or am I gonna get to it? I'm gonna get to it. I don't have time for that. And quickly. Carry on now. So did you have time to be compassionate and caring and kind anymore? No, you already wasted all that. Now you're impulsive. Okay? So now you're juggling too much. You're handling everything by yourself. So not only are you having to do everything by yourself, you're having to get over the betrayal and the devastation and the heartbreak and the agony and the sadness and the mistrust and the being taken advantage of. And then what they took on top of that, you got to get that back too. When you were already in the hole helping people, you were on the ground helping people, and they still found a way to take from you. So when I see these cards flip, but they don't fall out, it's just sitting in your spirit a little bit. This shit transformed you. I mean, a part of you really died, and this is the new you now, okay? But it's almost like you don't know when you have a good relationship anymore because you're so paranoid that it's going to happen again. You can't trust it. Your body is still in fight or flight. So you could have the love of your life right in front of you, and you couldn't even see it, okay? Deep down, you are capable of creating these bonds, but right now, okay, you're just not regulating your emotions properly because you haven't had time to because you've been in fight or flight. But Spirit is telling you everything is calm now. You're grounded now. Everything is okay now. You can actually start to work with others. You can get out of your head, okay? The betrayal was a lesson, but you've already learned your lesson. That was the cycle, okay? And now anytime you think you see betrayal, just make sure before you judge it, okay? Because it could be an illusion. You could just be traumatized, which is understandable, okay? But it's not, you just can't go trusting everybody. You know that, right? Because that happened last time. But we also can't just prejudge them before we get to know them. So, of course, have your guard up. Always. Don't let your guard down until it's time. But also don't cut them off before you even give them a chance. Because you could be missing your own opportunities.